Cowboy Nation, Cowboy headquarters, and America's team. It's your guy, G, the number one Cowboy fan, coming at you live, direct, and correct. And here we are, Saturday. Sit down with your guy, G, the number one Cowboy fan. Have to give it up. All right, yes, it's Saturday morning, and I'm here at home, and I'm gonna get up this morning and get on this podcast. And welcome to the Cowboy Huddle podcast. So when I say the Cowboy Huddle podcast, and I always talk about our apparel, so I had on one of my T-shirts on yesterday, and my wife and I we went to HEB. You know, I'm putting out the grill today, and I'm inviting my family over, and we're gonna throw down on some get down on some barbecue today. That's what I said. So I was at HEB and had on one of our T-shirts yesterday. That if you haven't seen it, let me pull it up to you. But I had on a T-shirt yesterday. That's why I always tell you guys, I'm like a walking billboard. And when you go to our online store, you can be an online billboard. A walking billboard yourself. So the white T-shirt, I had that white T-shirt on yesterday. And while I'm walking around, then there's one guy, and he's a G-Bag Nation junkie. Give it up for the guy that I met on yesterday, Mr. Randy. Yeah, I met Mr. Randy yesterday, and we were just going down, doing some shopping and everything. And first thing he said, I'm sure you listen to G-Bag Nation. I said, well, yeah, I listen to G-Bag Nation. Of course, these guys are local guys that report on our Dallas Cowboys. And also like Dallas Mavericks, Dallas Stars, Texas Rangers, all that. So yeah, I'm a big fan of G-Bag Nation, and big shout out to them as well. Give it up. And he wasn't really familiar with a podcast. He listened to G-Bag Nation in his car, but he asked me about the Cowboy the Cowboy Huddle podcast. I said, yeah, man, we have our own show, man. We do a podcast. And he said, well, man, I'm going to take a picture of the back of your shirt, and hopefully, he would, get a chance to come on YouTube and check us out today. So again, give it up for Randy in the HEB store. He was getting it down the aisle, and he was doing the same thing as I was doing. So give it up for Randy. Yeah, so hopefully he'll go ahead and hit the subscribe button and become a subscriber as well. So again, I want to say thank you to all our subscribers and all those that follow this channel, because again, if you look at our numbers are literally growing. They are growing big time, and I am so elated. I'm so grateful, because it's been a long journey. And again, we don't report filler. We give you content. That's what I said, content. So I have some things I need to report on today, but before that, now it's in the works now. But I'm gonna let you know the Cowboy Huddle will be here. That's right. The Cowboy Huddle will be at the AT&T West Takeover tailgate. All Cowboy fans and clubs are welcome. So your Cowboy Huddle podcast will be in the house. Give it up. We will be going to this tailgate on August 11th. This is brought to us by Star Status, SCDCFC, and Gladiator Entertainment. Give it up for them. There are your prices down there below. This is what time everything's going to kick off. So yours truly, guys. I will be going live. I will be interviewing other people, but we're going to be out on the West. We're going to be home away from home, because SoFi Field is our home away from home. So you guys stay tuned. And if you guys are interested in to join the Cowboy Huddle, this is where we'll be. There it is right there. So that is actually in Los Angeles. You can eat and drink for food option buffet, beer, or mixed drinks. That's what I said. That's how we do it, man. So we will be home away from home. So I am excited. We are putting things in place. Got my travel agency throwing things together for us. Going to get a rental car. Going to take Ocean Drive all the way up Oxnard. And if you never taken that drive, man, that is such a beautiful drive. Now, some of y'all might be scared of those mountains, because they are pretty close. You're thinking a boulder will run down that thing, but it is a beautiful sight, man, running up that side there. And Oxnard is, like I say, it's not a real big city, but it's enough to do, and I always try to catch the sunset. So this is something I'm looking forward to. So anyway, It's early this morning. So good morning, all subscribers and followers this morning. Good morning to you guys. All right, I don't know which one I want to talk about first. I don't want to beware of the dark horse or Stephen Jones' comment. Which one y'all think? I'm gonna go with Stephen Jones' comments because Stephen Jones was on a podcast on yesterday, and with Chase Daniels, and I forget the other young lady's name, but and they asked a hard question. Chase Daniels asked a hard question. Well, first of all, Chase Daniels asked, was he ever considered to be a Cowboy uh, quarterback? hmm I'm rocking my mug, y'all. Y'all see my mug? You see my mug? Yeah, we even got the mugs on the online store. But so he asked a question, and sure enough, these big time businessmen, they know how to work the crowd. They know what to say and what not to say. And he said, of course. He said, well, you worked a lot of money. We had to pay big money for our top quarterbacks. But anyway, so the question was asked about Dak Prescott, CD Lamb, and the situation with that. But I want to get into this what he had to say. Let me see, where is it at? Here it is. So this was the question, and so Dallas COO and EVP Stephen Jones addressed the drawn out nature of those negotiations as well as where things stand on Friday, sticking to the company line that those things take time. Take time. See, it kind of pissed me off. I'm just serious. It pissed me off because Stephen wants to make it as if they're waiting on the players. Okay? Let me fix this real quick. Hold on. And it's like, well, we're waiting. Well, I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna finish. Let me get back to this, cause so he goes on and he said, well, those things takes time. And listen to what he had to say. And we're talking about deals here. Of course, we're talking about deals, Stephen. We're not talking about trade now, laters. We're not talking about 10 cents bubble gum. We're talking about deals. When you're talking about CD and Dak, somebody like Micah Parson coming up. Now listen to this. You're talking about two players that aren't quarterback that feel feel like they ought to be a little bit like Jefferson, the top paid non quarterback in the league. Steve, what do you mean feel? It's not feel. It's not a feel. Oh my gosh, it's not a feel. It's their actions on the field. It's the stats. It's nothing to have about what they feel like. The stats don't lie, brother. The stats do not. I know it's early Saturday morning, but just listen to this dude, man. This is white business, man. This is how they talk. They're going to con their way. They're going to, and I don't care if Stephen Jones hears this, but this is stupid. What do you mean they feel like they ought to be a little bit like Jefferson, the top paid non quarterback in the league? Man, this is the business. What do you mean? This is the business. This is how this thing goes down, bro. If you guys set this up, you guys in collective bargaining agreed to this, so this is where it is. So it's not about no field, it's about stats. So if this receiver's getting played this much, of course the next receiver going to get at least a little bit beneath it, even with it, or a little bit above it. One of the two. That's right. So this is not about an emotional thing, Stephen Jones. And then of course you have Dak, who's obviously his resume speaks for itself. Okay, so if Dak's resume speaks for itself, shouldn't CD and Micah's resume speak for themselves as well? Wait a minute. Mm, mm. I think it's the coffee this morning. And then of course you have Dak, who's obviously his resume speaks for. I think he was the second MVP voting last year. He's just had an extraordinary career here in Dallas. Those things just takes time when you're talking about the amount of money involved. Bro, we are heading into training camp. How much more time do you need to make a decision what you're going to do with that? How much more time do you need to know if this is your quarterback or not? And really shouldn't be a wavering question or wavering situation. And of course, we're trying to a little bit play Houdini and how to keep all of these guys around Dak and keep these players we were fortunate enough to draft. Stephen Jones, that sounds like a personal problem. I don't want to hear about your personal problem. This is something that y'all have been gambling with, like I said, what Charles Haley said. You guys have been backloading for so long. You have been gambling and so for so long. It's pretty much, I don't think this is going to turn out pretty. I really don't think it's going to turn out pretty. Charles Hurley, the person that played the game, and he said what he had to say. Not necessarily saying they can trade Dak because there's a no trade clause. But if things got really, really bad, they could say, hey, Dak, we don't have the money to pay you. So what do you want to do? Sure, Dak gonna go out there and say, I'm betting on myself and go play, but I'm burning off. After this, I don't care if we win or not, but I'm burning off going to another team. So that's where it is. So let's, companies, y'all stay on that side. Players, I'm gonna stay on this side, and I'll see y'all at the end of the season. That's where we are. Then it goes down here and said, when you start stacking them up like that, it's a challenge. You stacked them up like this. The players didn't do this. You did this. Front office did this. Players, don't put the finger on the players. The players had nothing to do with this. You guys did this. Okay? When you start stacking them up like that, it's a challenge, Jones said. It's not that it's not doable, but you certainly got to have some give and take if you want to do that. Yeah, what did that sound? Excuse me. What does that sound like? What does that sound like, man? Sounds like cheap labor to me. That's what you want. You got to pay the guys. These guys are sacrificing their body on a regular basis on every Sunday. Not on Sunday, they probably get about 4 weeks off after the season to recuperate their body, and they got to get right back in the gym, get back on the field. See, people don't see the inside scoop of what a player goes through. A lot of people, these players getting paid a lot of money. Oh, for what? Guys, I'm going to tell you something. I see the firsthand. I know how it works. I know how it works. They get 4 weeks off. Depends on when that season ends. If they win the Super Bowl, they don't get much time off. Then they got to get their butts back on the field, in the gym, eat right, maintain their diet, stay healthy to get ready for the following year. To keep the rookies off their back, keep the veterans from taking their jobs. Give it up. Anyway, let me calm down because it's just you want cheap labor, but these guys are sacrificing their bodies. And I'm not going to go any further with that because Stephen Jones sounds just like folks I've come across. Anyway, it's the coffee, y'all. hmm But y'all know I'm right. Y'all know I'm right. Feels like they ought to be paid. It's not. This is not an emotional situation, brother. Stephen Jones. This is something that has to do with everything. This is a business. Don't treat your players as if they lesser than. No, they're stats. They're quotas. Michael Parsons, CD Lamb, Dak, their quotas have proven and said it all. It's not about you asking these players how they feel. It's about the production that you've gotten out of these. This just kind of reminds me of my job when we have to go through negotiations. We have to sit down with the company and they don't want to give you nothing. You saying, "Bull, buddy, you gonna give us something?" No, no, we're not. Oh yeah, you are. No, we're not. Okay, we striking. And then I've been through that several times. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But only thing that they could do as a player, they can just sit out. And we saw what happened when Emmitt Smith sat out. The time he sat out the first two games. So if you want CD to sit out, get ready because I don't know who you're gonna throw to after that. But with that being said, but I do want to talk about somebody because I got to get off that topic because that makes me angry. So listen, let's talk about beware of this dark horse. Now I don't know if y'all remember this kid, but I like this guy, man. And this guy here started off really, really good in the preseason. I was watching him, and he's he's a lot different than your regular tight ends. Let's give it up for John Stevens Jr. Y'all don't remember him? He was a kid. He was a tight end, 6'5", 221 pounds. He actually tore his ACL in practice. Practice? Yeah, he tore his ACL. And I was watching this guy. This guy is 6'5", 221 pounds. This was the dark horse because I'm going to tell you, Hendershot. And I'm not saying that he's going to overstep Jake Ferguson. He won't. But Schoonmaker, yeah, Schoonmaker, you better watch out because this guy, I'm telling you, this guy is a receiver playing tight end. Now he was born in hey, look at her, he's a believer just like your guy, G, the number one Cowboy fan Hampton. His birthday is September 23rd. He was born in 1999. Yeah, I don't know nothing about y'all too young. Anyway, but he went to Louisiana. He's active right now. This is his second season. So yeah, he went to Louisiana College, Raging Cajun, I think that's what it was. But I want to show this video. This guy is going to be the dark horse, and this is just one of my dark horses. And probably on Monday, I'm gonna talk about more dark horses that could probably make this roster. But this one here, and let me show you something. Let me get back. I want to show you this here real quick. So, and this here at this tight end position, man, they got Jake Ferguson as the starter. Then behind him is Luke Schoonmaker. Listen, I don't spare no feelings. This is my opinion, and I understand this. Like I always say, it's barbershop talk. Some of y'all are not going to like it. Even the players might not like what I'm saying about it, but it's my opinion. And just take it with a grain of salt. I'm just a content creator, but I don't sugarcoat. I'm not going to pamper anybody. But they got Luke Schoonmaker, which our second round pick, that really didn't contribute much to the team. But after that, then we have John Stevens Jr. behind him, then Hendershot, and then Preston Fant. Which I like Preston Fant too, but Hendershot might keep him in a distance. But they got John Stevens Jr. as the third team tight end. But I'm telling you right now, this kid here is going to probably leapfrog Luke Schoonmaker. So I want you guys to check out this highlight. So if you don't know who he is, this guy is a receiver playing tight end. So with Jake Ferguson and this kid here, maybe Hendershot, but man, I like this kid. I've always told you I like this kid. So here we go. Hold tight, Steven Stone. I love to get him on the show.
He loads up, goes for the end zone for a second straight play.
Here we go again.
This time,
Big body bitch.
They got hands.
All my friends. Choppers for my enemies. My next streets if I look Dominique, I've been
Dark horse, baby.
Really got my name. Showing dice, selling me.
Let's go.
557
Any stuff.
All the houses paid. All
Raging
the
Cajun,
got no car, no sell
Let me, I gotta do this because I can't do this. I got to check out the music because we don't want to get copyrighted. So we do not own the rights to this music. So let's just let this play, and I can't play the music though. Let's go. But again, this guy is 6'5", 221 pounds. That's playing tight end, but he's a receiver. Look at them hands. I mean, this guy again. I was watching him last season, but he went down with an ACL tear. So we had about 3 guys with ACL tears. And again, I told you about our surgeon, Dan. What's that? Yeah, Dan is probably one of the best surgeons out there. So this guy is active, ready to get back on the field. So again, let's give it up for John Stevens Jr. Again, we don't own the rights to that music, so I don't want to get copyrighted. But so yeah, that's what we got going on. You keep your eyes on this guy, man. This guy here, John Stevens Jr. would definitely going to leapfrog some folks. I'm telling you, if it wasn't for his injury early in practice, training camp, this guy would have been getting playing time. And I think he did. What the training camp? Or was it? I think it was a preseason game. I can't remember. But again, y'all keep your eye. This is my dark horse. This is one of my main dark horses outside of Josh Butler. Josh Butler is my other dark horse, and I think he's going to make some stride. I've been keeping up with him, reaching out to him, and we're going to continue to show our support towards Josh Butler, and hopefully get him back on the show as well. Like I say, even though there wasn't drafted players in the draft or whatever, undrafted players are players too. So that's what we do. Y'all can go get the big names and all that, whatever. That's fine. But you know what? I'm going to showcase those, and hopefully I can get Byron Bonds on here. I had a chance, but I got to do some stuff. I got to get my administrator to start reaching out to these people and see if we can't get them on. So, again, guys, hey, thank y'all for hanging out with me today. But I know I got a little caught up. But don't treat our players like that. Don't treat our players like sloth. They're not sloth. These are individuals that sacrifice their bodies on a daily basis for an organization. It's the people that's on the field that's filling these seats with butts in the stadium. It's people like the ones that's out there sacrificing their body. But so anyway, do me a favor. Thank y'all for sitting down with me. Hit the like button, share this video, and once you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you too can be notified when the next video is posted. Okay? Again, we do not report feelings. We do not do clickbait. We're going to always have something to bring to the table. So thank you. That's what makes us different from a lot of other channels out there. But anyway, thank y'all, man. And like I always say, stay safe and be blessed. Deuces.